We're lighting the candles that we've got 36 here for each of those who were detained, and photos of a good number of them placed here who were detained. People from the parish. Tuesday began as usual, got up early, prayed with the community, had some breakfast, headed over to Christ the King Parish, where I was helping with confessions in the school. And in the middle of those confessions, I was notified by a secretary from that parish that I had an urgent call from my parish that I needed to attend to. So finishing that confession, I went over and called back one of my secretaries, who told me that there was a raid going on over at Janko. You could see a large bus that was an Immigration Customs Enforcement bus, a screen over the different windows back in the passenger compartments. Given the bus that ICE uses with these kinds of screened windows, I didn't know if they would see me or not. And later, after some of them were released, I learned that they could actually see me through those windows, and it was something that brought some hope to them in a difficult time. So I was pleased to be able to provide a little encouragement for people, you know. Let's see if we can get that one lit. There we go. In these photos, you've got a number of different employees from Janko. You can see quite a few of them actually are women holding their children, and you can imagine how traumatic it is for a person to be separated from their child, wondering, you know, who's going to care for my child, who's going to make sure that my child's eating, who's going to make sure that my child's put to bed at the right time.
They must be worried about their kids because they don't got no one to take care of them. They alone with the babysitter.
He can't sleep because he cry, you know, all night because he used to sleep with his mom.
All the night crying. He say, I wanted my mama. He say he crying all the night, you know.
You can see some of these very young children, especially in these youngest ones. I know that I was the one who baptized them. Saw a lot of agents walking around with vests and black coats with yellow lettering for Immigration Customs Enforcement, or it also said ICE and police. You know, they had different kinds of lettering on the back of the jackets, but you could see them walking around. You could see usually very big weapons holstered. I'd gotten there considerably after it, but you know, the reports from the people who work at Janko, both the documented and undocumented who work there, were that they came in with weapons drawn.
They are no criminal. They come in peace to this country. They don't gonna do nothing bad to this country. They just come to work.
It was probably one of the most sad and stressful and also important days of my leadership here in this parish. I think in some ways that what we do here at St. Adalbert and what I do personally is not all that different than what parish priests were doing 100 years ago with immigrants. And I think many of the same challenges are here today. So often we can treat people as issues, and you know, they get caught up in the language of illegals or more hateful terms that might be used for folks, and to try and remind people that these are sons and daughters, husbands and wives, parents, and that there's a human element to immigration policy.
Tu mamá tiene que hacer cita conmigo para regresar esos teléfonos, ¿ok? Porque hay algún castigo para ti en esto. ¿Sí? 2 veces. So you guys got lots of homework today?
I do, and my mom is not in the car.
How about you? Lots of homework? Mucha tarea? Okay, muy bien.
The faith has been very central to folks, and it's a place where they trust the relationships that they encounter here. You know, they trust their parish priests, they trust the staff of the parish. And so, given that privileged place, we also have the opportunity then to deliver services that others couldn't. You know, that we have the opportunity here, in addition to the gospel and the sacraments and all those important things that are part of any parish life, we also have the opportunity to really speak about the centrality and importance of education. We have a grade school here, and when I first came here, we had 93 kids in the school, and today we're up to 191. So it's doubled the enrollment.
Look very carefully at that picture because you can see the wires coming, and see the pole in front of the house.
And it gives us a platform within which to say, that the education that you have and the education of your children is essential to the long-term arc that you have in this country. That if you get educated, if your kids are well educated, you will have a better life here.
Can anyone spell contamination, which is another word like pollution? Nope.
Well, that's not a spelling word. C-O-N. How do you spell it? The word. What word? T-A-M. A.
No,
I.
Nation.
N-A-I-T-O-I.
T-I-O-N. Contamination.
I got it.
Nicely done. Maybe one of these days you guys will be spelling bee champions, huh?
So at this parish, we have the elementary school. At my other parish, we have what used to be an elementary school that closed 30 years ago, and we now run it as a center for adult education. We teach English there. We teach computer skills there. We teach budgeting and family finance skills there. I want to see the school working more closely with all those families in the parish and connecting it up with your work in adult education. Also how the one aide, we're going to give her some hours where she will go visit the families in the homes to look at where the kids are doing their homework, that the TV's distant.
It's working. And especially with I thought by my husband, because he refused to attend any English class because he says that he doesn't need English, blah, 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 blah.
Rather than just kind of saying, okay, now we're having classes, we need you to show up. Getting our volunteers to be more involved in the people's lives in order to encourage them.
So finally he's finding time to study and to get more involved with the children, and especially in their language.
But so it's educating whole families, not just the kids. And so we were talking about that program and how we want to adjust it maybe a little bit for next year, but also looking at how it fits in the larger context of everything we're doing educationally here in this school with our adults. Tonight we have English class.
Yeah, what does a giraffe look like? It's tall. Yeah.
I would say the two main reasons people want to learn English, well, one obviously is for employment. You are just able to access many more jobs and oftentimes earn a better income. The other thing I think English really helps with is obviously for the people who have immigrated here, their children are growing up within an English-speaking culture. And so you also see a great importance because parents want to be able to be involved in their children's education. They want to go to parent-teacher conferences and be able to have that conversation with the teacher. They want to be able to help with homework.
So, yesterday,
I work. Yesterday, short work.
Yesterday, I wore shorts. Done. Yeah? Naomi, what did she wear? What did Christina wear? She wore shorts. Perfect. Salvador, what did you wear yesterday?
I wore, I don't know.
Nothing? It doesn't surprise me, Salvador. Did you wear shoes? Any shoes?
Nothing.
Okay. Margarita, what did Salvador wear yesterday? Salvador wore nothing. Yeah? Salvador, it's okay? It's okay? If babies are naked, yeah, no clothes, nothing, yeah? It's okay if babies are naked. It's not okay if you are naked, unless you are at home.
One thing that's often ignored especially in the state of Indiana, is the need for adult education. I know that, for example, in the state of Indiana, there has not been a state funding increase for adult education for over about a dozen years now.
The 2000 census would tell us that the average Mexican national here in St. Joe County, male has a 4th grade education, average female has a 3rd grade education.
But what do you have to have in front? If it's progressive, you always have to have punctuation.
Consequently, then, their children very quickly will have more of a formal education than they themselves have. And there comes a point in time where the kids are coming home with homework, asking about fractions, or asking about percentages, or asking about some vocabulary term in English that the parents just don't have a grasp on. And so the challenge is, how do we help those parents mentor and assist their children, even if their children are doing more in school than they ever had a chance to do? People's full participation in the life of this community is at the heart of civil rights and immigration. That the prosperity of this community long term is dependent in some ways on the educational system that we have here. The changes come from the bottom up because people are the ones making it happen rather than just politicians or people who head institutions.